5 pillars that I follow in my life, and I especially use these when I'm moving through emotions and wanting to learn and evolve and embody the lessons that my life brings me. These 5 pillars are existence, experience, expansion, evolution, and enlightenment. This is my methodology, and this is how I teach people to process their emotions and integrate new behaviors that align with their unique way of being. Here is a diagram to show you a little bit more clearly how these pillars move and flow. These pillars have been specifically organized in a way that helps you understand how we consciously evolve, specifically from the things that were previously unconscious within us, which is why it so heavily relates to emotions, our beliefs, and trauma and conditioning. When we are wanting to evolve from something that is unconscious, we want to make it conscious so that we can transform and become embodied in a version of ourselves that is aligned with who we actually are and not the beliefs that were instilled in us, the unconscious. What is the starting point of now. It is being able to connect with yourself in your body and to build safety and presence in who you are right now, in all that is happening. Then we start to get you feeling your emotions. That means becoming aware of your triggers, noticing how you react. In this pillar, we get you feeling and being and flowing in this space. We do this because we cannot change what we won't feel. This leads us to expansion. And expansion is where we look at everything that is being carried. So once you've become present with your body, you're able to sit with yourself and feel safely, and your body feels supported in doing so, where emotions can move through you. You can actually start to see the patterns in your life that have been ongoing. And you may also start to understand why these patterns have been going on for so long, and why you have been reacting for a certain way for so long, and why the unconscious has stayed unconscious. In knowing what you have been responding to and conditioned as, you then have the clarity to also understand more deeply what you actually want. Because in those moments of those meltdowns, those breakdowns where we're understanding everything that's going on within us and how it relates to our outside world, a lot of the times we get to a point where we're like, I don't want this anymore. And that is the point in which you can start to see more of what you want through the lens of what you don't want, which is usually your unconscious programming. This is where evolution comes in. This is where we start to take action and integrate new behaviors after we have released old ones. Now, we couldn't bring in new behaviors that we know are going to work with us unless we knew what was inside of us and what wasn't already working. So these new behaviors that we're going to integrate and implement and start to consistently act upon in our daily life are going to be very unique to you and your body's needs, as well as your emotional needs. Because up until this point, you have built such a good relationship with your body again, understanding your needs, be able to respond to your needs, being able to be present and feel and be aware of what is going on within. You have the capacity and the skill set to start asking yourself what you need in order to allow the new behaviors and the new belief systems in. Where you start to create conscious transformation, where you are aware of what you are actively calling in and what you are actively doing and becoming. And enlightenment is the 5th pillar, which is where we are embodied. This is essentially where we are that person who now truly believes this and acts and lives this every single day. The thing is, though, we move through cycles. We will constantly move between all of these pillars, sometimes all of them at once, sometimes a couple at once. They can happen over weeks, over minutes, over months, over years. It is different for everyone. But we need each of these things in order to consciously evolve and become embodied. Most of us usually stay in the first 3 pillars, which is existence, experience, expansion, where we believe a certain way and we're constantly cycling and constantly carrying without any actual transformations happening. And this is all of the work that we do inside Uninhibited. We move you through each of these pillars as modules. You connect to yourself deeply and truly and safely, so that you can uncover what needs to be uncovered, feel what needs to be felt, become aware of what has been unconscious so that you can know what you truly want, because it's already inside of you. It's just not yet seen and it's just not yet lived. And that's what all this is about. uninhibited living, where you have the choice to be who you want to be in the knowing of everything that you are, without pressure, without perfection, but through love and acceptance of where you are at and the cycles in which you are moving through. If this sounds like it could be for you, come join us in Uninhibited.